I would be a billionaire if it was all about my passion.
Yeah.
I have passion more than anybody else in this room probably, so I should probably be a billionaire. Passion is not enough, in my opinion. I think ideas can continue to flow, but as our friend Theon here mentioned, that his idea needed a strategic partner who had a following, which is Aecon. And then as well, it did not go forward until the third partner, which was the strategic partner that got the funding. So at least we have jobs, yeah, as bankers. Listen, banks are in the business of giving money, making money, as long as their money comes back, right? So that simply put, I think we will give money to people who will be able to pay that money back.
Yeah.
So I think there will always be this blame game. An entrepreneur will say that my idea is the best, I've got the desired passion, and I can make a difference. Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg does not happen every day.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Google, Yahoos do not happen every day. So there are a lot of individuals, even in this room, that have a lot of passion. So while everyone has passion, I think it is important that in order to evolve and bloom their passion, they require not just the brains, but also the means to deliver. I think I'm overly impressed with the idea that Tangri Abeng was trying to portray. It's because it matches what I've been trying to say for years, is that you've got to now make sure that there's an institution that would allow these great, passionate ideas to actually access passionate markets. And in the process, you've created very many key ingredients of that ecosystem. So an entrepreneur will always exist. There would be banks that are willing to give money to people where they would assure that their money would come back. There are markets that are willing to take over what is being produced by these entrepreneurs. What was missing was this institutionalization approach.
But whose role is that?
And I think that role, very correctly mentioned in the slide that we saw, is that of the government. You cannot have regulators and governments keep talking about SMEs or supporting SMEs if they do not take the initiative. And I think backstage when we were discussing, I think Peniel made a point that policy is there, framework is there, procedures are there, but who is supposed to implement that? I think that's what has been missing over the last 2 decades or so. And I think with the approach, I'm trying to make BUMRA very famous here. So you've got to make sure that we have a stake in this.
I think you just secured like the next job.
I don't need a job, thank you. I'm an entrepreneur, right? So BUMRA, for that matter, is an institutionalizing approach that is going to tie all the loose ends. And whose role it is, I think it's a role of the government. Because let me give you an idea. If you've created BUMRA, so what you've done is you've corporatized a corporation.
Okay.
You've got a lot of, let's say, individual trade producers, farmers, manufacturers that have now become cooperatives. They've come into this corporate institution called BUMRA. Even if BUMRA goes and tries to secure credit, in the absence of cash flows, I think the financial institutions will ask for a government-backed guarantee.
That's right.
Right? They would say that we are fine, we are ready to give money to this. You are telling us that these cash flows are going to come after 5 years, 10 years, XYZ, depending on produce of the sector. In the meantime, what is the backstop arrangement? So I think what one needs to understand is who is supposed to sponsor this program. This program needs to be sponsored by governments. There are governments of developed countries all over the world that have sponsored programs like these. And those are the governments that have even more developed economy, because what are we doing? It's not just economic development, it is human development. The low-income population is now graduating into middle income and high income, and that's only possible by an integrated approach, which is referred to as in the previous presentation.
That's right.